There's something about the thought of vultures eating rotten meat that just doesn't sit right with me. Like, yeah, it sounds gross. And I mean, who wants to be around when a vulture does that? Not me. These birds are known for being the cleanup crew of the sky, feeding on dead animals and cleaning up the ecosystem by getting rid of all that decaying meat. But how do they do this without getting sick? I mean, it's not like you can just go grocery shopping for some Pepto-Bismol when you're a bird. As it turns out, these birds have evolved some pretty awesome adaptations that allow them to eat nothing but rotting meat without getting sick. And there are a couple of reasons why vultures don't seem to mind eating some old meat. One is that they're kind of picky about their meals. You see, even though vultures eat a lot of different kinds of meat, they tend to avoid meat from animals that died a particularly gruesome death. For example, they don't like eating the meat of animals that have been killed and left to rot by other predators. Probably because that meat is going to be full of parasites and bacteria from the predator's saliva and digestive system. This is good for the vultures since it means that they don't have to deal with the pathogens that come with eating prey. And when they do encounter a dead animal that's been lying around a while, they may wait to eat it until another predator tears into it first. That's because those other animals, like hyenas or wolves, will tear the carcass apart and expose the guts. Not only does this make the meal easier to eat, but it also exposes the insides of the animal to the elements, which helps break down the body even further and makes it safer for the vultures to eat. But if the vultures are so worried about getting sick from eating rotten meat, why don't they just stay away from it? Well, they can. And here's why. See, one of the main reasons that vultures are able to eat rotting meat without getting sick is that they've evolved to tolerate huge amounts of bacteria. When you think about how gross rotten meat is, it's easy to assume that the stuff is just crawling with pathogens. And it is. But what's really interesting is that research suggests that most of the bacteria in rotting meat isn't harmful to vultures at all. In fact, scientists have found that many vultures have bacteria in their guts that are identical to the bacteria found in rotting meat. These bacteria seem to help the vultures break down the meat more quickly, making it safer to eat. Plus, vultures also have other defenses against any pathogens they might encounter in their meals. For example, their stomachs are super acidic, like up to pH 1, which is 10 times more acidic than vinegar. All that acidity kills most remaining bacteria and lets the vultures absorb nutrients from the meat without getting sick. These adaptations might even help vultures live for a long time. Some studies have found that vultures that eat more diverse diets live longer than those that are more picky about their meals. And given that a vulture's diet consists almost entirely of dead meat, this is pretty impressive. Humans have some pretty diverse diets too, and eating a variety of foods is good for us too. But we can't get away with eating rotten meat. I tried once. It didn't end well. Even with these adaptations though, scientists think that vultures are still getting a lot of their nutrition from the bacteria in their guts. So the next time you look up in the sky and see a vulture circling overhead, just remember that without those gross bacteria in their guts, they wouldn't be able to survive on our disgusting planet. Speaking of surviving, if you're enjoying this channel, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching.